We have to talk about Jack.
Yeah, we gotta
have
talk
to
about
talk
Jack
about
at least a little bit.
All right, fine.
No, Goofy.
Because listen, Cole. I agree what you said initially with trying slowly we've been starting to think that Dofi over Jack. I'm starting to think that too.
Dofi over Jack? Oh, I don't know.
Not possible.
Come
But
on,
here's the thing,
man. Stop,
I don't know.
please.
I don't know why. I don't know why you don't think he was seen by Cracker though. I don't know why.
Okay, okay.
Let's
So
talk
my
about the
thing,
chapter, though.
my thing about Cracker is that Cracker, ultimately speaking, right? Like he has an amazing power, but his durability is so low to where if you do get a shot on him and you're able to actually outspeed him through his Cracker Biscuit creation, you can beat him. Now, in the case of Jack, that may not be possible because Jack, I don't think he's a speed stirrer per se. He's more raw power and raw stamina. And that's why when it comes to his combat ability, that's why I've been actually thinking, yeah, like Flamingo, when you look at his kit, even when he had his organs destroyed, right? The very same thing that killed Ace, he was able to fight.
Gear 4.
Yeah,
he was taking Gear 4.
He was fighting against Gear 4 in his condition. Like everything matters. Everything matters to an X degree more with Flamingo because of his condition. If it wasn't in his condition, then it totally matters.
Think about it this way, cool. Like here's something else to add to what you said, right? So is it fair to compare the King Kong gun to Janisha's trunk? Is it fair to do that?
No.
I'm not too sure.
I'd say the trunk is strong.
I mean, because I'm not too sure actually. Because here's the thing: it's like I think automatically I would lean towards Zunisha, but then at the same token, I have to recall that the King Kong gun was the result of not the fist hitting the ground, but it was him hitting Flamingo through the 16 holy bullets into the ground. So it's kind of a different. Like I'm not too sure. Like you could make you make the comparison there. I could say you're not necessarily off in any way. Honestly,
real quick.
Real quick. What I'm trying to say is the durability of Jack and Dofi is comparable because Dofi already took the Gamma Knife and he was taken out by the King Kong gun. And then Jack was knocked out by Zanisha's trunk after his fight with Fujitora. So I can make the comparison that the difference of durability and whatnot between Dofi and Jack is really, really small.
All right, real quick.
Big,
real quick.
Go.
Two things. Number one, Jack tanks the King Kong gun, no problem. Number two,
No.
King.
Wow, Shutenmaru must be a beast then.
Listen to him.
Guys, listen.
All right, one at a time. Wait. Let him finish.
Yeah, number two is check the sketch.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. So, what is this? This is
Shanks going up against Kaido. Is that what that is?
Can he give for?
It does look sick. I'll give you that.
It's a sketch, so.
But King,
that's pretty sexy.
On page 16,
that is pretty sexy. I'm in front.
But King, you haven't answered my question.
Which one?
Why do you not think of Crocker the same?
There's so many.
Wait,
Listen,
okay, wait, hold on.
Why did you start changing?
Hold up, guys.
Well, wait, Cracker. All right.
Ask the question.
They want you
ask the question again, just slowly.
Why did you start changing your opinion when it comes to Dofi and Jack, but not Cracker and Jack? Why?
Okay.
Cracker is not good.
Okay. So here's the thing. The thing about Cracker and Jack and Dofi and Jack is because Dofi, when you consider his condition, I have to up certain attributes of his power to the next level. So his stamina, his endurance, and his durability. I have to do that per se by default. Whereas when it comes to Cracker, not the case. And again, his durability is already at a low point, at a very low point, to where he gets effectively one-shotted if someone can get past his defenses. So in the case of Jack the Drought, his defense, I would say, were pretty high, at least in mammoth form. In base form right now, I mean, after Shutenmaru, I'm not too sure. But I would say in Jack the Drought, you look at his other attributes, in raw strength, in stamina for sure, and as well as, let's say, his endurance to take damage and his durability, those things are well above Cracker's. Cracker has superior ability, absolutely, and he has the numbers, absolutely, with his ability. But I don't think that's enough to overcome Jack the Drought.
Yeah.
But
don't think it's enough.
how can you hit someone who is
Literally
faster than you by multiple
five
degrees?
I
I
don't
don't think
think
Jack
he's
is even
faster
faster.
than Jack.
I don't really
Wait.
think it. No, listen. The way Jack
Wait.
Tusk, he could
Wait,
block
what?
anybody. If you check page 16
How?
of the latest chapter, he's literally Shutenmaru attacks him. He uses the broken blade, but then the next panel, Jack is literally hitting his blade away with his tusk, like
No,
in a
he's
fluid
pushing
type
him
motion.
away with the
No. Yeah, no. With his other sword because he.
No, but look, the
No,
sword's on
no,
the
he
ground.
pushed
His
No, yeah, it's
sword
with
is
the
literally
tusk. Oh,
there.
cool.
It's with a
Oh, was it
tusk.
Tusk? Oh no, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
It's beastly.
But here's the thing.
It's so crazy.
Cracker Speed Blitz Gear 4, we established that.
No,
we established
he
that.
didn't.
No, he
No,
didn't.
he didn't.
No, he didn't.
When
When?
Oh, I'll
When
show
was
it
this
again. I'll show it again.
posted?
I'll show it again.
The
Okay,
panels
okay,
were
okay.
posted.
Okay.
You'll show it.
I remember-
It's a speed.
Yeah,
wouldn't say
right.
it's a
That's what I was
speed
saying.
blitz.
Like, I remember he tagged Gear 4. Okay, that's fine. Speed Blitz is a whole different matter. Like, Speed Blitz is like
Okay,
when.
but like,
Speed Blitz is
okay.
like what Luffy did to
Maybe
Flamingo.
They're posting the
man,
guard.
I overdid it. But I'm saying is, Cracker is comparable to speed to Gear 4 Bound Knight.
No.
No.
Yeah, hold
I
on.
think
Hold on.
Luffy was
Check
taken
the
off
guard.
guard, honestly.
First of
I
all,
don't think
it shows
Yeah, I'm
that
checking it.
Cracker is using his Cracker dummies to block Luffy's attack and trying to distract Luffy while
Yeah, attack him.
Hockey
Wait,
exists.
Launching and
Wait, hockey exists though.
at the same time.
Combustion exists.
Oh, yeah.
So Cracker is attacking. No, Luffy's attacking Cracker with the conch organ. I remember this part. And then we have the Biscuit bodies. They move forward. Okay, and as he's doing the conch organ, right? Luffy sees Cracker come in between. So Luffy's mid-attack, Cracker does the pretzel roll, right? And then Luffy's able to dodge it. So he's not speed, but he's able to dodge that clean. Or
He got
no.
tagged.
He got tagged with a
not
scratch.
Clean, not clean.
That's not a speed blitz.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a speed blitz at all.
Okay,
That's not a speed blitz.
Yeah, but you get the point. The point is, what I'm trying to say is Cracker is ultimately faster than Jack. Ultimately, he is faster.
I don't think there's evidence for
No.
that.
Because
Like,
he's not
here's the
like,
thing. Like
That's
Jack,
not
this is
good
the
enough
first
evidence.
time. This is not the first time that Jack was completely caught off guard by someone who was faster.
He wasn't caught off
Look
guard.
at
He tried to block his
Nekimamushi, and then this guy. Just
No.
tags him, and Jack looks surprised.
No.
Like,
Okay, no. Okay, here's the thing. See, at first I thought that Jack actually got speed blitz. That's the way it seemed to me. But the reality is that, and the way it looks, that because he cut through Jack's sword, I think Jack tried to block the attack, but he cut through Jack's sword. So Jack didn't
he
get
probably
speed
didn't use any
blitz.
hockey on the sword, yeah.
Right, yeah, like that's the way it looks.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yeah, like,
and then
yeah.
hockey-wise too.
First thing
Hockey-wise
Zoro
too,
learned.
Cracker's leagues. From what we know, Cracker's leagues above Jack hockey-wise.
Jack has
From
never
what we
used
know now.
Overrated.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know what you're
Like,
on about.
right, yeah, like we've never seen. Okay, honestly, he's right though. As far as we know, we've never seen Jackie's arm in hockey to that same degree.
Insanely high.
Truth be told,
Like, he's
yes.
up there with Katakuri.
But again,
No, now you're
armor
going
hockey
slow.
is okay. But armor hockey, for example, the armor hockey of Cracker, I would say probably puts from a strength standpoint, it may put him on the same level as Jack, because Jack, I think Jack just has that innate strength with his powers that you can't overlook. With one tusk
so
that
you
can
think
send
he can't
buildings
cut
flying.
through him? Are you saying can he or can he not cut through Jack?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he could cut through Jack, but I mean, I don't think it matters that much because like Jack will still keep on fighting. He has he has stamina where he can fight for days on end.
Yeah,
He has. I mean, dude, this guy survived Zunisha's attack, bro. He survived this shit.
But he was not.
He fell off.
But Dofi survived the Kong gun too. The King Kong gun, he survived it too.
Okay, yeah, fine, but the King Kong gun and Zunisha's attack are leagues above whatever Cracker can do.
I wanted
And
to
there's
say
also
something about
the
Dofi versus
pre-category.
Cracker.
But here's the thing. Wait.
two
You're
together.
comparing
Hold on.
brute force. Wait. So you're comparing brute force to cutting
One at a
strength.
time. One at a time.
Brute strength, King. Brute strength does not equal. You can't scale brute strength to cutting strength. You can't do that. Cutting is Cracker is not the kind of fighter that would do that. And so the whole point is whether Cracker's like cutting techniques can bring down Jack in time before Jack hits him. And I think it can.
Hang on a second. You should have started with the Biscuit soldiers, surely, right? You should argue whether Jack has attacks that can destroy a Biscuit soldier in the first place.
So far, no.
Really? I think. Yeah. Wait. Blood Prince, go.
When Luffy hit Dolphy, he KO'd him. He was out.
But when he hit Cracker, was it Cracker? When he hit when Jack got hit by Zunisha, he was still conscious. He was just at the bottom of the ocean.
We don't know.
He was out for a while.
The initial impact KO.
Actually, no. Here's the point. We're not too sure. All we know is that we see what happens after, and he's just there in the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're not too sure if he was conscious or not. But that is food for thought. If he was conscious during the entire thing, that just shows that he's just indeed a true monster. But again, even still, considering how his condition was, I think it was like a few days before, or a few days prior, he fought against Fujitora and Sengoku. He fought against Fujitora and Sengoku a few days prior.
If Luffy did an elephant gun to Shutenmaru, what would happen to him?
I think he gets rocked.
If he blocked it, does he move?
Okay, no. If Shutenmaru actually blocks the attack, because the difference here, if he blocks the attack or if he takes it head on, because keep in mind this, right? And this is maybe controversial, but keep in mind this: Fujitora was set flying with an elephant gun, and he's an admiral, mind you. All right,
he's old,
and the Cracker Biscuit didn't.
He's not old.
Right, but again, that's his forte.
Black Mamba, you know what I mean? Instead of
Cracker.
You see what I mean? Like the Cracker Biscuits are crazy guys, like defensive ones.
Right, no, they're crazy, but the problem is that the Cracker Biscuits make up for the fact that he himself, Cracker, lacks a lot of durability.
But you're stuck until you prove to this guy that Jack can break one.
No. I think he can. I think he can already.
I think Jack can break a biscuit soldier.
In
that discussion of talking about Cracker Biscuit being super crazy, if Cracker will have fought Jinbei will have destroyed him.
Yeah, Jinbei hasn't. Jinbei has nerfs against him. He has Fishman Karate.
But also, Jack is a fisherman. Doesn't that mean he can use Fishman Karate?
But okay, you're going into headcanon territory now.
He might know something.
We don't know if he's a fisherman.
Because if
he doesn't know.
He was underwater.
Can I ask something real quick?
Yo, Night Raven said that Jack can break it without hockey, apparently.
Okay, so here's a question.
I don't. That's why I asked you about.
Go ahead, bro. No. Unlocked. Ask the question. No. I just want Knock to go.
So I like all that talk, but here's the thing: why does Cracker have to do anything with this chapter, man? Like
Absolutely.
I understand you want to know the answers and you want to discuss this, but no, wait, yeah, okay, listen, but
Let him finish.
I understand that, I appreciate it, but the thing is, we haven't discussed Shutenmaru versus Jack yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
no.
So ultimately, Cracker Boy's position here is that he wants to talk about, because we've seen what appears to be Jack on the back foot against Shutenmaru there, and we're seeing more for Jack's combat ability. Jack may not be as strong as we first thought he was. Therefore, the argument could be made now that Cracker is a superior fighter than Jack the Drought.
Can I say something?
King, or Shutenmaru is stronger than we thought.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It could be the same way too, right?
Shutenmaru low diffs Inuarashi and Nekomamushi.
No diff.
Mid diff.
Again, so he got one slash on Jack.
Yeah,
and Jack coughs up blood. But then afterwards happened. So let me go through the run through real quick here. So afterwards, he goes for an attack with his right curved sword thing. Shutenmaru blocks it, and then from there on, we have another clash here. So you guys are right. He blocks the next attack with his weird tusk thing, like the mammoth tusk thing, right?
This crazy tusk, which I think.
And then I think, and I could be wrong about that, but on page 16, I think, because we see blood fly and Jack was finishing swinging, so I think Jack tagged Shutenmaru in return.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed to me. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's like he got cut on like his right shoulder, something like that. Right. And then he says,
Oda's leaving it open for the anime.
Yeah, probably. And then he says, I didn't die back then. And then after that, we have, Monsieur Kaido, like boom, like weird. So, here's the thing. So there was an exchange, and the exchange is not necessarily a speed thing; it's more so of a strength thing. Then mind you, I would assume that Jack's strongest form is his half Zoan, half human form. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
It could be the case where his strongest form is his mammoth form. I'm not too sure, but he was able to fight against Nekomamushi and Inuarashi for 5 days in his regular human form.
Yeah, but didn't he?
But we don't know that though. We don't know that.
The hybrids are always the strongest.
I would assume so. Right.
I think his
I don't
full
think
mammoth
so
is just
in
the tank
Kairos.
form. You know what I mean?
You know,
Like,
every
Goofy's
single
back.
hybrid for Zoans is the best.
Well,
I
that's
don't know
only a
about that,
trend
not
with
for Kairos.
pre-time skip with Cypher Pole. So I would assume it's the case
Well,
here as well.
every single
but,
Zoan we've seen has been that. It has been that way. I
I'm
think.
pretty sure that does
Well,
not
no.
apply to like Kaido or even Sengoku.
Why not?
No.
Okay, well, so
Yeah,
okay. So here's the thing. All right, Marco didn't have a hybrid form, so I already know he went. You know,
He
okay.
kinda did.
He
He had
kinda,
the fellows,
okay,
like, half
fair enough.
wings,
Yeah, he
half
kind of did, right? Yeah, but like he could like go in, like he had to move. Like his fastest state was when he was
had a
full
fluid one.
Phoenix form, and then he could then come out of that to attack with like his wings. You know, so like he had a mix of that. Okay, fair enough. With the impel down guards, I'm pretty sure were in half human, half beast form.
Correct.
But they were awakened, so they were different from that standpoint. Because one guy was a cow. The cow's not threatening at all, the Minotaur. But all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, he's powerful as fuck because he's awakened. So that's that case.
I never understood that.
Well, because they lose themselves in their ability. Because remember how I think it was
They
when
become
Charbon went
like
Charbon went the monster point form, he lost himself in his power. But for some reason, the one chick with the whip, forgot her name. She can control them, whatever her name is. Domino? Not
She's a
Domino.
tamer, so they're trying to.
It's Saudi, right? Yeah, Saudi, right? Yes.
So Chopper is the first
Right.
one that we've seen to
So
awaken.
but then with Drake, we never seen Drake going to half T-Rex, half human
But
form.
he's top 5.
Oh, dude, sucking off Drake raw, bro. But we never seen Drake use his half T-Rex, half human form. But I would assume it's so powerful. Overall, more powerful than his regular T-Rex form.
Yeah.
But I think that, ultimately speaking, when it comes to Shutenmaru and Jack, I think Shutenmaru is fighting against Jack. I would argue at his weakest.
Yeah.
And he's on par with Jack at his weakest. That's my assumption. I would put the mammoth form over his human form and put his half human, half man form above that.